We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Come on, you guys know how buzzing I am. You guys know. Leeds 2, Millwall 0. I'm made up, aren't we? We needed that. We needed that. My God, we needed that. Absolutely buzzing. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds for Imagine Not Rating Leeds for your live rating show. So, yes, let's get into who's in the building. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Please smash a like. Please subscribe if you're new here. Danny says smash a like and subscribe, please, as always. Cheers, Danny, mate. Be there or be square. Cheers, Rob, man. Nice. I like that picture. It's nice to see you with your top on, lad. Oh, man. We have a bit of Facebook messages to me and Rob back and forth, and I did a quick video call. We're ringing around Ellen Road after one last night, and I think I took him by shock and answered phone. He was just jumping around his living room with no top on, weren't you, Rob? Love it. Love it. We're nut jobs as Leeds fans, aren't we? Tezza, hi, mate. Hope you're well. Hope everyone in chat's doing well. Hope you've had a great Thursday, almost Friday, thank God. Knackered, ready for a nice weekend. Probably still won't feel fresh. I never seem to get that rest, but keep going, don't we? So Danny's put in chats the usual suspects on here. Wilco White's my mate Sean, Passion for Leeds, Callum, and Danny Rumsey. Your regulars know and should be subscribed. Anyone new, please check them out. Good guys, good channels. Cheers, Tezza. Top Banana, evening all Leeds out week, MOT. Nigel as always. Thanks a lot, mate. Hope you're well. Evening to you too, buddy. Tickle those likes for Matty, says Top Banana. Thank you, mate. Tickle them, smash them, do whatever you want. We are, mate. We are. Premier League dream team, Matty. Lovely move and good goal disallowed also. Yeah, really, mate. It really was. We're not getting rubber green, are we, Gavin, from these referees at the minute, or officials at the minute, because it wasn't the referee for that offside, was it? It was definitely the referee at Portsmouth. The linesman got that so wrong. I was banging line with that in East Stand as well, like banging line. And don't get me wrong, it's hard to judge. I aren't no bleeding expert. My eyesight don't work best of times. I'm getting on, but yeah, it looked to me like he was onside. And I got a couple of messages direct while I was still at the stadium. I think Paul messaged me. Mate Paul, who was probably in here tonight, he messaged saying it was onside, watching it at home on TV. Yeah, it's just a shame, innit? Farker really lost his cool with that as well, with the officiating. We seem to be getting a minute crucial moments in crucial games. You know, we got away with one. Sorry, we got away with that one in terms of we still got the result. Didn't affect top points wise, but you never know in these tight games. It could definitely define a season. That Portsmouth one is one that's right up there. That Portsmouth goal, penalty, we get that, we probably win that game. So luckily, it didn't affect this result, which is great. Evening, Jay. Hey, Matty, sweet last night, mate. Me, it was class. Don't get me wrong, I thought first half was a little bit. Second half, we played really well. Didn't think the second goal was going to come, but it did. It weren't scintillating. It really wasn't, but such a good performance, such a good feeling coming out. And that's it. I wasn't even bothered about performance, to be honest. I didn't give a shit if we played well or not. Just, you couldn't have those buggers beating us 3 times in a season. That'd have been so poor. So yeah, pressure went on. We took it. Best thing now is, as much as it's a quick turnaround for QPR on Saturday, it gives us the opportunity to put that pressure on them. Then, doesn't it? We go first, we play first, we get that win, go 5 points clear of them, and it'll be 7 of Burnley again, won't it? So it's massive. That it's a massive chance to put that gap there again. Yeah, they've got the game in hand to go after us, but you all play on that same game week. But in terms of what time you kick off at this point in the season, it probably don't matter. Over 30 odd games this season, but when it gets down to those last 10 games, even down to the time you're kicking off, is a massive impact in it. Like going into that Portsmouth game, that was huge. That playing second, that was massive, and I just feel like we crumbled under pressure. And we stood up and did it last night, which were class. Hey up, Rob. Hey up, my mate. Here's Danny. We need to make this the Danny show. I'm here to get all the stick, not had any on my live. Aronson was offside, not Pido. Yeah, no, I won't put it on, mate, but I don't think Aronson was offside either, mate. I really don't. I think it was onside. I do. But yeah, I know it wasn't Pido. Nice to catch you live, Matty. Paul Dublin. Hey, Paul. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for jumping on, buddy. Much appreciated. Hope everything's good over in Dublin, mate. 3 points, all mine. Share out. Ooh, I say this a lot. Every time we play him, he seems to be out. A bit of a bad lad, isn't he? But yeah, hopefully he's out. He's a talent. Very good here. Always better mood when the club gives us hope. Yeah, that's all we've got now, mate. Hope and positive vibes after a very, very nervy week. It feels great again in the Leeds sphere. Everything's I can't stop smiling. But you knew this would come from me if we beat Millwall, and it does me head in that it's only Millwall, and I'll always play that down, mate. It's just Millwall. They are shite. Yeah, I just get so enthralled in my hatred for them. It seems a bigger result than what it probably is. Play ratings all 10s. Let's talk bollocks. We'll talk bollocks amongst the ratings, but they're definitely not all 10s, mate. Definitely not all 10s. Nige, I feel we'll still be top going into the international break. Blunt's get no more than a point on Wednesday. Yeah, well, that's hopefully Wednesday can do us a favour, Nige, because that's a big one, that, isn't it? That's a big one. Like I said previously, I'm now watching games and keeping eyes out on scores I don't normally give two shits about, but it's another one. It's another massive game. Tagged you early, Matty, for my life. So I may have such a busy day. I didn't get in till gone 7. I hadn't even really looked at my phone, to be honest. So I'll have missed it, but I'll watch it back. I'll watch it back, buddy, 100%. I'll give you a comment, let you know my constructive criticism of your. If you've now taken your Millwall hat off, then anyway, it might be nicer. Wendy's beat the Blunts. Let's hope so. Gavin. Let's hope so. When you look at the fixtures, you look at, I think they've got to play Coventry, they've got to play Wednesday, and they've got to play Burnley. They're out of 9. That's 3 really, really tough games. I don't think they get maximum points in any of them. To be fair, I think they're going to get. I think they're going to get a few draws in those 3, especially. Hi Matt, did you see Frank? Said, no, I've been in Coventry today, but I didn't see Fat Frank, unfortunately. No, like I said yesterday, I stuff that I didn't want to. I won't really let myself shy, but yeah. Anyways, so you're here for the player ratings. So we're going to start with Mez. The poll is in the chat, so get your scores in. Let me know what you think of Mez. Hopefully, it's going to run a little bit easier today. Well, Adam, thanks to Adam, my friend Adam. He's a legend. I've got this little slideshow. So I've given Mez a 6. So let me know what you think. I think he played well. I think maybe he might be a tad harsh in terms of he made a really, really good stop from there. Substitute right back, I don't know his name, who played a ball. I don't think it would have shot him, like a shot come cross. Almost caught him out. I had a good angle of that on my side of the pitch. Did really well to scramble back and tip that round post, because that would probably heading in that, and it was one you don't normally see coming. But didn't have much to do with it. His distribution was sound. Mamilier yesterday said there weren't many shots for him. No shots really to worry about. They offered so little. Did Millwall? It's exactly what I said Millwall would be all season, and yet they've proved me wrong on 2 other occasions, which has been annoying. But they're just a very poor side. George Honeyman in there. Aziz looked tricky for first 90 seconds or whatever, and after that, they were just not for him to do. So what it was with Mez, it was just keeping composed, keeping switched on for moments like that in game when that shot cross comes in and he has to tip it over, which just shows like that's the sort of thing Mez in certain games in past, as we've seen, would sort of blunder, make a mistake, a sort of shot that goes on target that he's not expecting, something that's a bit unusual, which that shot, cross, whatever it was that sort of moment, but he tipped it over. And other than that, I don't think he did too much, to be fair, but credit to him, he switched on when he needed to be, and yeah, I think 6 out of 10 is fair. There's not much to really chat about on that one. I think it's standard. Let's see what the chat's saying. 27% say 5. That's harsh, is that? 55 say 6, 18 say 8. Oof, wow, some Mez loving out there. I'm going to end the poll on that one with a 6. Same as me. See how many we get. We started off like House on Fire last time. We're all getting the same sort of scores, and then in the last 7 or 8, we were just polar opposites on Portsmouth, which I was quite surprised at, but yeah, we were quite good last time. Bogle. Good old Bogle. Start. I think it's Bogle next. Yeah, it is. Good old Bogle. I give him a 6 out of 10. I think we're going to disagree on this one. I think people are going to go slightly higher. Best thing he did, I mean, don't get me wrong, he were all right. 6 out of 10 isn't a bad score for me. I just don't think he was as good as some of the other players on the pitch, which will show with their scores. But he was really good. He didn't get a yellow. It's finally done. It's done. It's done. It the last game he could have got a yellow, which would have impacted him going forward. Absolutely made up that he rode that look, because it's been a fair few games now where they could have picked up another yellow. So yeah, fair play to Bogle. But I mean, that right hand side, it wasn't as good as the left, which we'll get into soon. But he played well. He does what he does. He's up and down. Him and James have got a frighteningly good relationship. It's such a good combination in terms of full back and wing play. I think it's the best in the league on that side. But yeah, I think Bogle maybe wasn't his usual scintillating best, but still very, very productive. Like I say, not getting that yellow sound. But yeah, just usual stuff. Covers a lot of ground. Didn't put a foot wrong, but just wasn't as eye-catching as some of the other players. So I think 6 probably a fair barometer for him in this game. But like I say, for me, that first half, we weren't massively at it. So a few players are scored down probably for the first half performances. Second half, I think, as a collective, it was much more of what we see. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't see that second goal coming, as the game went on. So I was just buzzing when, obviously, Tanaka got that goal. And it sort of probably elevated a few scores on here from what it would have been if it had been 1-0. But Bogle was sound, steady, don't really put a foot wrong. He hasn't fought since the first few weeks of the season. And like you say, massively just covers so much distance on pitch, never stops running. Danny says Bogle 6 didn't do much either. I think the yellow cards were... Yeah, I agree. I think so as well. It played a part. He knew it was his last game. He could have got one. So yeah, I was happy that he got away with that one. Evening, Michael, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, mate. Big up, Adam. The work you're doing behind the scenes. Yeah, Adam, one of my co-hosts on Late Night Leeds. We're back with that tomorrow. I can't wait for that. We're missing Sean last week, so I'm buzzing to have Sean back tomorrow as well. Tuning for that's going to be a good one. But yeah, he helps me out a lot with stuff, and he's a big driving force in helping me with bits on my channel. So I absolutely love it. Rob says tough one. This Bogle 6 because he couldn't play his natural game. Yeah, I agree. Like I say, it sounds harsh to 6, doesn't it, Rob? But it ain't an harsh score for me. He did what you'd expect of him, but it just wasn't as good going forward. And I think that was just he didn't want to overcommit because he knew we were on that booking. Like you say, one more. He's been on that for weeks, and but he knew it was last game. Imagine him getting it last 10 minutes of this game or something. Been bad, wouldn't it? Yeah, Bogle will push on. I 100% agree, mate. Nige, he's been. I think when we get to end of the season, we talk about player of the year. I think he's going to be in conversation. He's going to be in that top 3 for me. Top 3, top 4 people you'll talk about from this year has been class. Michael, Paul of Leeds said it. I've seen this, said in his podcast last night that he met you for the first time at Ellen Road yesterday eating pie and commented that you are some unit, tall and big. He also mentioned it on Jer's podcast. Yeah, well, I didn't see it on his, mate. I'll have to go back and watch it, but I've seen it on Jer's today, Michael. Yeah. So, yeah, I said that again. Yeah. I saw you respond to Matt when he stated that you're a unit on Jer's podcast. Matt also said you're a really nice guy. Matt, what pie were you? Yeah. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, so we're on. Obviously, you all know we're doing that a football match for men's prostate cancer on the 20th of July, the John Charles Centre. Can't wait for that. So we're all in a WhatsApp group now, which is I feel a bit starstruck at times. I've got the numbers for like everybody I've watched for years. It's quite crazy. And I'd seen him take a photo of his angle of the pitch as I was coming up the stairs at the top of the East Stand, and I could see it was my section, but it was higher up. So when I came in, I'd obviously select his phone number and rang him, and he won't know who we're ringing like. I've spoken to him a couple of times, obviously, but and as I'm looking up, didn't know what. Next thing I could see someone answer the phone, and big guy at top, and yeah, with him, and I'm like, Paul, look down here to the left, and he spotted me. Give me a wave. Had a little chat on phone for a minute or two. What do we reckon? And that was it. And I sat down. I were on the very front seat of the top of the East. He were on Rose Ed right at the back. And then at half time, I never eat out at Ellen Road, but I hadn't had no tea. We've been in Scarborough that day and rushing about. So for half time, I'm going to go to the toilet and grab a pie, a steak and peppercorn pie, one of those little boxes. So I went and grabbed one. I queued up all half time, and then as I'm coming back into my seat, I literally take a bite out of pie. So I've got pie in my mouth, and the next thing, Paul just walked. He's like, "You all right, Matty?" And I'm like, "Oh, You're as if you've met me now, mate, while I'm eating a chuffing pie. And I know I'm a big guy and I've got a bit of timber on, but honestly, I don't eat pies. But I didn't want chicken and chips because I would have to sit back down. It was just really handy. And I've taken my first bite and he's just there in front of me shaking my hand. I'm like, oh, it was well embarrassing. But yeah, really good guy. Really good guy. Yeah, I've seen it, mate. I've seen it. So quite a funny little story, that. Who had all the pies? Who ate all the pies? See you in July, mate. Oh, you come in night? That'll be class. That, yeah. I'm hoping we get a good turnout. It's quite funny because we're on this group chat talking about this football match, and we had to fill a form out. Joe Blackburn's done and stuff, and like say your ability and stuff. And I'm a decent player, so I'm decent, but I haven't played for 2 years. I've gained about 3 stone in 2 years. And then they ask how many minutes you think you'll be able to play, and I'm like, I want to play about 60, but I don't know if I could play 6 at the minute. And then Paul sees me eating a pie a day later after reading all these comments. I'm just like, it's not good. Yeah, I'm Leeds' version of pie face, mate. I am. 2 bites and the pie be gone, mate. It was. But yeah, that's enough about pies now. Let's see what he's got on there on that poll then. Yeah, fair enough. 64% say 6. I honestly thought I'd get a bit of stick for that. I thought you'd say I was a little bit harsh on that one. We'll take that. Next up, Joe Rodon. Let me get him in there. Rodon. Gotta go 4, 5, 6. Because I don't think anyone's gonna say he was an 8. I don't think. I'd be surprised if you say an 8, but then again, I'd be surprised if you said a 4. I've gone 4, 5, 6, and 7. I've gone 6 anyway, as you can see. Evening, Mark. Hope you well, mate. 7 for Boggle. How do you think I feel? I had no top on my. You look better than I did, Rob. You look better than I did, mate. Could you buy my top on? I tell you. But yeah. So Joe Rodon, he was at first half, man. I think his first 3 passes didn't get to his man. I thought he was very, very. I won't say shaky because I don't think there weren't really many nerves at Ellen Road yesterday. To be fair, got the early goal and it was just. Yeah, I don't think it was nerves. I just think he was a little bit off it. His passing was way off. So for me, I've marked him down on that. I think he was colossal. I think everything in the air, he wins. He's colossal when it comes to that aerial battle. And I really, really rate Joe Rodon. I think he's going to make the step up. Me, I really do. Not a lot of people agree with that, by the way. People I've spoken to at stadium and stuff don't think he's Premier League quality. Maybe he won't be, but I do like him. I think he's got really good recovery pace. I think as a player, he's a great asset to us. I think he's a top quality centre half at this level. I just feel like because his passing was off it. I mean, the first 3 passes, like I say, as game started, were really slowing down his momentum. Really just couldn't get grasp of his passing, to be fair. And I think as the game went on, he got better, as you'd imagine. But even in the second half, there were 1 or 2 passes he put wide. I'd be interested to see his actual passing stats in terms of accuracy, because I think he was way off his own standards. Like Rob says there, I'm going to go 5. I think that's a little bit low, Rob, but at the end of that, he was well off his own standards, he was. But I think in terms of aerial, like I say, aerial, he wins everything. And he's so quick. So as a player, I definitely rate him. I don't think 6 is a mega bad score. You know, we beat Millwall 2-0. First half was a little bit so. Second half a lot better. Only 1 goal in each half. We weren't scintillating by his best at all. But again, Joe Rodon didn't have loads to do. Just did his job professionally. Whenever went that way, he'd win it. But like I say, because his passing was slightly off it and he weren't massively tested, I went with a 6 just on that basis. Rock Road on 7. The Welsh Wall. 7 for me was a rock at the back. Like I say, I'm just marking him down probably on his passing, to be fair. Fingers crossed Rodon comes back from. Yeah, the Wales lot put the, scare the shit out of me going international duty. We've seen it before, haven't we, when they got knocked out and James missed a penalty, knocked his confidence, and it seems to always be an injury. I know obviously Ampadu's already out, so he's not going as well, but that Welsh contingent's bothered us for the last 18 months, really, hasn't it? Rodon, okay. Yeah, I think his quality at this level, nice. I think he'll be okay in the Prem. I do think they'll get another centre half to partner him and to push him and Strauch. But I would have no arguments right now if we're a Premier League, when we're a Premier League side next season, if Rodon and Strauch are partnering each other at centre half. I won't, and they might not be good enough for some. But I'm happy with them. But they do need people, a couple of players really there to push them, because we've not had that this season. We've relied on them. We've relied on Strauch and Rodon's fitness wholeheartedly, rather than just a talent at times. One thing for sure, as much as I like Ampadu cannot be third choice centre half in Premier League. No chance. If anything, Ampadu's got to be fifth choice centre half in Premier League. You need another couple to complement these two. But yeah, 6 for me for Joe Rodon. Let's see what the chat's saying. I had a feeling that'd happen. 7, yeah. I thought you guys would say 7. That's fair, is that? End the poll. 7. Fair enough. Pascal Strauch. Be interesting to see what you say on this one. I'm going to say Pascal. We're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do you appreciate? Yeah, Pascal. So obviously I've gone with a 7 for Pascal. I think his passing were a lot better yesterday than Rodon. So as basic as that sounds, I've gone with him having a 7. I've got him with an extra point on Rodon for that reason. I think they were both not really tested. I actually think Rodon's probably a better player potentially than Pascal. I really like Pascal. I think they're different players. I just prefer that sort of chest beating, guy at the back who's just all out for just blood and thunder. I love that. Where Pascal's got a bit more flair about him, a little bit more elegant on ball. But yeah, I really like Rodon. But I think in this game, Strauch's passing were more accurate. And saying they were just steady at the back. I think Strauch just looked the tidier of the two yesterday. I would say. The headers. I think when you look at two centre halves, who when the balls, it becomes a bit of an aerial battle, and there's a lot of balls try to get played in behind. I don't think you can really argue for two better headers of the ball in a defensive capacity. I think in the box going forward at the corners, I know Pascal's got a couple recently and stuff, but I do think they could work better on that. They could definitely be a better threat in attacking set pieces and stuff, but defensively, they don't really give the centre forward much room at all to win anything. They're really, really good and really physical, and I really like that about them too. I think they complement each other really well. But definitely, I just think Strauch with a tidier. He's just really good at sort of putting his weight on the player he's marking and just not giving much room to move. And like I say, he's got that passing accuracy usually right up there in high 80s, low 90s. He's always been a good passer at balls, Pascal. And for that reason, in this game, he was the tidier of the two. I think he deserves a point higher. But I am assuming you've probably got him similar to Rodon, which will be interesting to see. Yeah, it's a lot closer though. It's 46% say 7, 38 say 6. So yeah, we're going to stop that one. So he's got a 7 as well. One of them when I almost give Rodon and Strauch the same, to be fair, because it's hard not to, they're both centre halves. There's an argument to say they both, should have same score, but I just think the passing were a lot better off Pascal yesterday than what we saw from Rodon, if I'm honest. Now, everybody's favourite greatest redemption arc, Junior Firpo. I've got 7 out of 10 for Junior. I think he was very good yesterday, like his usual self. Great threat. He actually got an assist as well, didn't he? I've got it down here. He got an assist for the Tanaka goal. Played it across the box. I don't know if we were aiming for him or what. I'm going to say we're aiming for him. But a really good ball. Pulled it right back to the danger area on edge area, which for us isn't always a danger area because not many people shoot from outside the box. But to be fair, Rob, I'd say 8. You know what it is? I'd have actually said a 7.5. But for some reason, I can only put 4 scores in here, and doing 0.5 just is going to make it so much harder. Spread the scores like. So I just think I stick to whole numbers, but I would have had him shading a 7.5. To be fair, I thought he was very good. I thought he was better than Bogle, hence why he's got a point more than him. It's just a constant threat, and I think him and Solomon down left, it was the best they've played in a couple of weeks. The left side were definitely better than the right side yesterday. Danny's put 7 for Porto Carlos. and ball back to the yeah, but mate, that pullback was the ball was that's what I was thinking when obviously you miss stuff when you're at game. I didn't really twig on when he pulled it across who we were really in for. I've watched the extended highlights back again, and maybe it went for Aronson and he sort of let it run past him, but it would just he cut it back into the danger area, didn't he? It was such a good goal back to Naka, which we'll touch on soon. But yeah, Firpo and Solomon have got a really good understanding. I do think he works better with Solomon than what we've seen in the time him and Ramazan has had this season, which has only been minimal, don't get me wrong. But I do think him and Solomon are, they're working towards when they're on it, they're as good as James and Bogle down that right when they're on it. I just think James and Bogle are on it a bit more than, as a combination than what these two are. But it was definitely our biggest threat yesterday with that left-hand side. And I thought Firpo were great value for the 7. Aronson's not going to national football, he's having a rest. I don't know about a rest. He's getting a rest, but I don't know whether that's why he's not going. I think it's just he probably hasn't been called up for form on it, pal. Now that was intentionally. I can't make my mind up, Mark. I ain't bothered. Who gives a shit? I can't make my mind up. But for me, it looked a very good pass. Like it didn't look like it went to the wrong man. If I'm honest, it looked like it went to the right man. I think it was a bit too far in front of Aronson, to be fair. I think either way, he cut it back to the right area, round edge area, and finally got a midfielder who could score goals, by the way. Get in. He's like Cafu up and down, attack so well. That's it, mate. He's got the end product, and he's got the end product. He can get up and down all day. His fitness is next level. Thing with Firpo is we've always known he's a talent. We've always known he's athletic. We've always known he's quick. He's always had a good cross. He used to be a winger. I think he used to be a striker, but we all know he's a really aggressive attacking fullback and wing back. Really, is probably his best position. He likes getting forward, but he could never stay fit. That was his problem. He could never stay fit. And now he's fit, and he's been fit, let's be fair. He's had a couple of niggles this season, suspension, but let's be fair. Since start of last season, when he came in for Byram after a few games, he was outstanding. He's been outstanding. His fitness record's been the best, we've known since he's been at Leeds. So I'm really happy with what he's showing at the minute, and I do think a 7 out of 10's a decent score for him in the game where, like I say, I don't think many of our players were absolutely on it. Obviously, no one were 10 out of 10, but we had a couple who stood out. I think Firpo was just did a decent account of himself, just what I expect of him, and I think he's definitely worth a point more than what I give Bogle. It was a well executed pass, this Paul, for Leeds. Maybe it was, mate. It was a bloody good cutback anyway. Wilco, I say up, Sean. Evening, sorry, I'm late, mate. It's okay, but you are at work. It is fine. Don't worry about it. Glad you're here, though, mate. Any news on Ampadu? Will he be back after that? I don't know. We've not heard of it yet, I don't think. Amp's back after national break. I hope so. They said they were going to assess him, didn't they, after that? Hopefully there's no need for any surgery. Hopefully back after the national break, he's back in boots. So yeah, he said that, didn't he? He just says he's back in boots now. So hopefully that's all good now on the Ampadu front, because we need him for the running. No matter what anyone thinks, Rothwell played well. Rothwell got a knock. Is he going to be all right for Saturday? I don't think many people want to see Gruev in there, which is a shame because I really like him and I don't like that. Someone behind me when Gruev warming up yesterday, I hate this. Someone behind me, don't bring him on, his shit. I think I want to turn and say, fuck off. I don't, you know what I mean? We're playing a game here, we're winning 1-0. Just what you shouting shit like that for? Did my head in. He ain't shit at all. You might not like him. You might think he's a little bit too defensive for your liking, but everybody in this squad has value. So let's keep our negative thoughts to ourselves, prick. That's what I thought anyway. Evening, Adam says, Nige. Love for Adam in here. Just finished watching The Apprentice after getting in late. Yeah, cheers for this slideshow, Adam. I've let them all know it with you, don't worry. Not that you were worrying, but yeah. Looking forward to tomorrow, guys. Looking forward to tomorrow. Love the new setup, says Wilco White. Yeah, evening, Matt and chat. Hey up, Richo. Hope you're doing well, mate. So I find it mad that an Everton fan comes in here to watch some of my content, but I appreciate it, mate. I really do. Thank you. Yeah, we definitely need him back, pal, 100%. Evening, Matt. It says, Chris, evening, mate. Let's check the poll to see how Firpo's done. 58% have said 7. 20% said 8. Oh, a few 8s in there. Oh, fair play. Fair play. 58% say 7. End poll. So next up, we have Ayo. absolutely love this guy. Absolutely love this guy. Oh, Ayo Tanaka, what can we say about him, honestly? What an absolute steal of a player. Bang on it yesterday. Everything you want from a midfielder in for me. Like, he's just different gravy when he's on it. He was so poor against Portsmouth. It was his worst performance against Portsmouth. This was right back to his best. And, you know, we needed it. We need Tanaka to play at these sort of levels because it does look different gravy. And he gives us so much. Like, it's just, for me, he's just very, very good at all aspects of being a midfielder. He can win the ball back. His timing's really, really good. That's what annoyed me at Portsmouth. It was like it. Not that he couldn't be asked. It was like he was so complacent and overconfident at Portsmouth. He was taking too many touches. He weren't aware of who were around him. Whereas in this game, it was one touch go. He knew where he scans the pitch so well. He's such an intelligent footballer, as Tanaka. And you saw that in this game. You saw how aware he was of the people pressing him or not pressing him, in Millwall's case. And he just looks to have so much time on ball. He's just such a great footballer. I absolutely love him at this level. And he's one of them I'm really, really excited to see at a higher level because I think he can do it. I think he can do it. I mean, because I pull back for Firpo. Yeah, it's fair enough. Saka's here for me to wind Healy up. Yeah, a lot of Harrison chatting here for Richo, the Everton fan. Class. Ayo back to his best, says Adam, 100%. Yeah, Rob Brooke 8.4. Now you just been an ass, mate. Now you just been an ass. Yeah, no, the word Mark is so good at that, innit? You know, they'll surround him and he'll just turn and just pull away. I mean, we've seen it for that goal he set out for Pinner earlier in the season, didn't we, when he just got the ball and just turned 3 or 4 players out of game and then played Alanson through. He's just such an incredible talent, mate. I just can't believe 10 for Tanaka as well. I don't think I'll put a 10 in chat, have I? 9 as high as you can go. What do you think to out there? But yeah, it was class yesterday, and his goal. I mean, we've waited so long, haven't we? Now it feels like forever since we've had a midfielder who we feel can just hit a ball like that. It's so true. It was such a good pull by Firpo, like we just said, and that finish was just outstanding. Nearly made net bulge. It's just what's that? Is that 3? Is that 3 goals for Tanaka now, or is it 4? Am I missing one? It's 3, isn't it? Sure, it's a 3. He's more freedom with Ruff alongside him. They're just a decent partnership. They really are. The only thing we're not sure about is can they pick up back-to-back results away from home, because we haven't really seen it this season. But I would say that's our best partnership in midfield, although I still think Ampadu should play somewhere, probably in midfield. But I don't think as a partnership they read each other's game perfectly. They suit each other, they complement each other really well. One of them sits, one of them goes. They're just a great partnership, and we have played our best. We played our best attacking football with them two in midfield together. There's no two ways about it. Sean since AO sends tingling, knew he was being discussed on YouTube somewhere. AO performs better. Yeah, 100% he does. 100%. I mean, they both came in at the same time. They know each other's game inside out. They're just the perfect complement. Salt and vinegar on your chips. They're just the perfect condiment. I love it in my chat, man. You just all start chatting with each other. 6 wins, 3 losses, Leeds are promoted, 4 goals to Is that what he's on? 4? I'll take that. I won't sure if it was 3 or 4, but how long has it been since we've had a midfielder bringing up those sort of numbers? It's been a long time, hasn't it? Been a long time. He's got a decent shot on him. He tends to have a couple of shots in him, a game, and he does like that. And we saw it away, at Hull as well. He can hit a top corner. We saw it here. We've seen that elegant, sort of like bend to the far corner. We've seen him absolutely drill that in yesterday. I just think he's ready made for Premier League. I just don't see a part of his game as a central midfielder that isn't cut out for that level. I think he's absolutely outstanding. I really do. We've got it could even be. It sounds wild, but it could be one of those signs we look back in a couple of years, a bit like Rafinha, that sort of level where you go, wow, as if we had Tanaka. I think it could be that. It could be that next big player. Hopefully it's at Leeds United. He's here forever. Reminds me of Decor. Yeah, similarities, mate. Similarities. He's just got that absolute sheer class about him, but also, he's just a workhorse. He's dogged. He just gets stuck in. He seems to win every ball he sort of goes for. He seems to come out with it. Be nice for Rothwell to get a goal before this. Yeah, it really would, mate. It really would. I think he'll get a fair few more assists. I won't lie, but I think he really deserves a goal 100% because I don't think we keep Rothwell after this year, mate. I don't. So it'd be nice to see him get a goal while he's still here. Wilco White's. I'll be live tomorrow. Yeah, get over and check Danny out if you haven't already. Remember to call at Everton. Yeah, Richo, such a good player. Such a good player. Let's see what score you've given him. Ooh. 50% have said an 8. 33 have said a 9. End the poll. Yeah, I think that's fair. 8. We agree on that one, guys. We agree on that one. Right, then. So, let's get into this next one. Yesterday's, for me, man of the match. Noel Hunt. Joe Rothwell. I've given him a 9. Going to be interesting to see what you guys think of this one because I know Tanaka got the goal. But for me, Rothwell was the best player on the pitch by an absolute country mile. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. A few channels for you to check out here. I didn't know that, Andy. Is that actually true? Like that. Couple of channels here, Richo. Go check these out, mate. If you like a bit of Leeds content, Danny Rumsey, Wilco Whites. Go check them out. 9, easy. Got us playing simple. 9 is generous, says Adam. Based on why is it generous? I think it was absolutely outstanding. I sort of get this. Him and Tanaka were very, very good yesterday, and Tanaka gets the goal. So maybe people will veer more towards Tanaka having a higher score than Rothwell. I think I had them both at 8s early, and I changed my mind and put Joe Rothwell 9. I mean, I was at the stadium yesterday, and he just stood out an absolute mile. Absolute mile. He was so good. 9 would have been a 10, but needs to score together. Yeah, I mean, if he'd have been at edge of box, top banana, and he'd have put Tanaka's goal away, it would have been a 10, wouldn't it? 100%. My screen is buffering. That's no good. Rothwell had a great game, pushing forward and probing. Yeah, you think, what's that, Danny? You put 7. 7. Some of his passes were a little bit off, mate. I didn't see that, mate. Don't get me wrong, he might have made a pass or 2 straight, but when you play as forward thinking as he does, pal, like, nah, mate, no player gets a 10 in my eyes unless they get a hat-trick and 100%. Yeah, don't get me wrong, a 10's difficult, because 10's it's perfect, isn't it? Duncan says Rothwell is an 8 for me. A few misplaced passes and a wild shot when he should have clipped it to the back post for Tanaka to tap in. Yeah, like I said, there's going to be a few passes you make that are a bit skew if now and again when you're so forward thinking, but constant. I mean that they're the own goal they conceded. Cooper, he's the one that won the ball back at the halfway line and drove down that left hand side and got us in that position. He's just fantastic, and I hate the concept when people say, yeah, but he ain't defensive. He can't do. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen him not be able to do defensive work. He gets stuck in more than just as much as anybody. The amount of ground he covers, he doesn't stop. He does not stop, and he's actually got a decent turn of pace. He was limping yesterday, which is a massive, massive worry. I got mentioned today in press conference. I'm hoping that's obviously something to note. I mean, if I'm honest, I kind of think he gets rested anyway on Saturday, which is mental. Just go either way. I just think that'll happen. But like I say, he played a massive part in that own goal Cooper conceded. It's just the urgency he has. He wants the ball all the time. For me, I've said it a couple of times on this channel, he's the bravest player at Leeds United. He's the bravest. He never shies away from the ball, constantly wants the ball, drives with the ball through the lines, beats men at will. He's so good. He's so good. I think it's a 9 for me. He stood out a mile, regardless of scoring or not. So that's why I've gone with a 9. I did think he was that good. I did. 9 for Rothwell, says Wilco Whites. Lovely. Get in. The only person that gets a 10 is me for saying Millwall would lose when you all said they would win. I should have done it, you plank. He gave a clear. Yeah, he mentioned it. He said they're all clear. I know we're limping about, but I think they won't risk him, Danny, to be fair. I don't think they'll risk him. They might need to bring him on if they need a goal, but you'd like to think in this game, QPR are in great form. I had doing a preview for QPR. I couldn't get a reply from any of the content creators. I asked for opposition preview because I really want to nail down that opposition preview with my channel. I really want to get that stuck in and get them as a regular thing, but you don't always hear back. Little old me don't always hear back, so the preview I'll be doing will be on Late Night Leeds tomorrow, so there won't be an opposition preview, unfortunately, but I think they'll have placed it on Saturday. Adam says, I love the way when he looks like he might be running out of space, he just sprints 5-10 yards. Yeah, he does. He's one of them players who, after like 50 minutes, he could look fairly knackered, and then all of a sudden he just goes with ball, like you say, over like 5 to 10 yards, Adam. He's proper quick. He's deceivingly quick over the short space of pitch. Really isn't. He just beats his first man all the time whenever he decides to push with ball. And I think he's just an outstanding player. And let's be fair, he's been a surprise. I remember when shirt numbers come out with something simple than beat number 8. And I'm thinking, is he really number 8 for us this year? Rothwell. Really? What a player. What a player. Really good at this level. Let's see what the chat. I'm interested to see what this one says. Get in. 16% say 7. 26% say 8, 47 say 9, 11 say 10. Ooh, someone's got 10. 9 got it. There you go, you see. I thought that was about right as well, I did. Let's move on. Who's next? Brendan. American boy. Brendan. We'll go 5. We'll go 6. 7 and 8. Start ball. The American boy. As you can see, I've gone 7. It was a 6 earlier and I changed it. He does, Jonathan. He makes it so much better. He does. Just finishing off on Rothwell there. He does. Yeah, he does have to play. Of course he does. But for me, I would not be surprised if we have players. I want Rothwell to play. Rothwell should play on Saturday. He should. I would too, mate. I would too. Squad, as you say, squad midfielder, definitely, mate. I'll get you a QPR for me. It's all right, mate. I haven't got time anyway now. I haven't got time. It'll just be late at least tomorrow, which I can't wait for. Wow, now I know Matty's eyes were on the pie and not on the pitch. Yeah, no, I did, mate. He played well. He did. He played well. He had a really good half volley in that went just over bar, which I'm not used to seeing Brendan take them shots. I was really happy about. Aronson was a 2 for me. Was for his pass to Nah, he played really well, did Aronson. It's a mixture of the defensive work, which he does regardless of how he plays, but he actually thinks he'll play really well. He was fairly strong on the ball, finding those little pockets that he finds, but I felt like in this game he didn't give the ball away as much as he normally does. He was really good at holding possession more than normal, starting attacks, winning ball, bit of nuisance, but like I say, he gets so much credit for the off the ball stuff, and it tends to not really mean too much to me because I want to see what he can do with the ball, and I think he was really good. He was one of the best performances I've seen of him in a couple of months. I won't lie. I think since post Christmas he's been very poor. This was the Aronson of the first 2 or 3 months of the season for me, and we need it to continue because he's been off it now as Brendan for the last 2 or 3 months. He's been way off it. He'll always run around. He'll always be busy. He'll always do the press and all that, but you want more from him. And this one a little bit more. He had a little bit more with the ball, and he looked a threat, which you can't say that about Brendan most games. He doesn't look a threat very often. Ball bouncing, just takes a shot. He doesn't normally even shoot. He takes a touch and passes. He was braver yesterday with Brendan. I like that. He didn't shy away from it when he had possession, which we can't say a lot. Aronson was decent yesterday for him. Yeah, would have had a magic assist if Lino didn't fuck up. Yeah, it's true. Got a touch on that as well. He was definitely onside for me. I believe anyway, we're onside. And that would have been one of the goals of the season, that one. The team player there would absolutely unreal, wasn't it? And yeah, he let us down there, did linesman, but would have had an assist to top his performance off, which would have probably got him an 8. So he did play well yesterday. And we all know I'm not a massive Brendan fan. I want to see more from him. But yesterday, apart from getting that assist or that, that half volley going in under bar, which would have been a worldie as well, it was as good as he could have played for me in the game at Ellen Road. He did really well. We just need it to continue. We don't need it to be a one-off, we need it to continue. He was actually running at players and trying to pass them yesterday. Yeah, he looked confident, mate. He looked confident yesterday. It's the first time he's looked like in a few weeks, a few months. Made that assist. Yeah, exactly, mate, he did. Aronson played well, as well as he has for a while. Good link-up play and made space for us. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's perfect summary, is that Mark? He did. Best he's played in a while. Good link-up play. Definitely made space for others. Yeah, he took a bit more of responsibility yesterday with the ball. Yeah, he did, Adam. He didn't shy away from it. He looked brave. Like I say, I think Rothwell's our bravest player. Brendan looked very brave yesterday. Very brave. Wilco White says, don't forget everyone late night Leeds tomorrow. Yeah, please don't forget about late night Leeds. We are making it into a very different show. Anyone who's watched it, why not just tell us in chat how much you like it now for anyone that's not seen it? Absolutely love late night Leeds. Love it. Can't wait for tomorrow to chat to boys again, especially with Sean missing last week. I'm really looking forward to it. Duncan, I'm not Aronson's biggest fan, but actually better yesterday. Busy, tried to drive forward and look with a shot and missed an assist. Exactly, Duncan. We can all criticise. We can all say he's not our favourite. He's not a number 10 I want at Leeds United in the Premier. As a squad player this season, it was good enough. Next season, he ain't even a squad player this year. He's been front and centre, hasn't he? But I definitely want more output in terms of goals and assists, because that's what football's measured on. Sometimes it's maybe not always fair. His running stats are phenomenal. Yesterday he had a bit of both, didn't he, mate? He had a bit more. He had a bit of light and shade there. There was a bit more to his game. He's never going to be a free scoring 10 with multiple assists, but his numbers are going to be okay this season, I think, because of how well he did in the early part. We just need him to bring a little bit of that to the table these last nine games now, and it was a positive start yesterday by Aronson for those last 10 games. I was dead pleased with him. So I've said 7. The chat has said, 12% say 5, 29 say 6, 44 say 7. We'll take that, and 17 say 8. 7 for Brendan. Decent score for Brendan, that. Much improved on Portsmouth. This is what I'm interested to see what you all say. Dan James, I've gone 7. Let's get this in the chat. But I am interested to see what you guys say, because I've seen some takes saying I've seen some wild takes saying he were garbage yesterday, which I don't see what game you were watching. Really don't. I think garbage at all. That's some wild takes. Not going lower than a 6 was no point. 6 to 9, Dan James. But yeah, so I've gone with a 7. I thought it was, honestly, from angle I've got in top of East Stand, you can see the pitch, like, really, you just see all of it, and it just did not stop moving. It was everywhere, closing down keeper every single time there were. When the keeper took any sort of like time on the ball, which he did a few times, he nearly got on the end of it a couple of times. Tickle those likes for Matty says, top banana, yes please. Well, please stick a like on it. It's 33 people in here now. I don't know how many likes I've got, but please stick a like on it. It really helps the algorithm, apparently. See chat here. Rob Brookie 5.5. Is that Aronson or James? 6 for James, looked a little bit leggy. Towards the end of the game I did, mate, but I've never seen someone run so much. But you know why Bogle played poor, so can't do both jobs. Yeah, I mean, Bogle didn't play poor, but Bogle wasn't as good as normal, Rob, buddy. So that will have a bit of an effect on Dan James. Off his usual pace. 4 for me. Jonathan, wow. That's wild, mate. That's wild. DJ was off it yesterday. Lots of huffing and puffing. But yeah, but like I say, I don't know how it looked on TV. I didn't watch it on TV. I'm not saying you guys, didn't go to the game yourselves, but if you did, let me know. But genuinely, he was unreal off the ball yesterday, making things happen. It was just that final bit in the final third, but for how much he closed the keeper down, for how much he pressed, he just didn't stop running. Every time we were a counter, he were on shoulders, on the shoulder of the last defender. A couple of times he broke away down that left, and Firpo and Solomon couldn't find him. For me, I'm giving him a 7, and I'll always caveat that and go, maybe it's a point higher than some, because I love Dan James. I really like him a lot. Sometimes that plays factor when you're rating your favourite players and stuff, but he took a few too many touches at times. Just weren't at it. He didn't have that cutting edge in that final third. He didn't, to what we normally see, but I genuinely feel like he was still great value for a 7 because of the effort he put in. You know, it was Dan James, what we always get at Dan James, what we talk about Aronson sometimes, but he's still a threat. With Aronson, when he's doing all these running stats and hasn't got much end product, you don't expect all like that of Aronson. With James, he's still always got that threat. No one would have been surprised yesterday if Dan James had popped up with that goal in 90th minute. You know, he's a constant threat. And I think for the work he did off the ball, for how much he ran all night, and yeah, he did look leggy for the last 20 minutes, but he's played 2 games in 4 days, and he's absolutely like lightning. He just doesn't stop. He just does not stop. So for me, Jonathan Wright, if I were doing 0.5s, mate, I'd probably give him a 6.5, but I've just upped it by a little because he's one of my faves. But yeah, I can't really argue with a 6 or a 7. I think someone said 4, which I feel like that would be a bit wild, that, to be fair, but fair enough. Jonathan, that's fine, buddy, but yeah, I do think that's a bit low. Adam says he has had a couple of proper flashback shit James movements with the silly left foot shots, but he's right. Yeah, no, you know what I like about that? I said before, don't I, when we spoke of late night Leeds, that he's starting to look like he's the man. He's got an aura about him as Dan James. We watch Leeds United now and we're looking at Dan James like, go do something. Every time he gets ball, fans get on the edge of the seat. First time, really, innit? You know, we've seen that of Dan James in his career. He's quite I think he's a bit of a shy guy. I think a bit timid. Not one for limelight. You don't hear much about him off the field. I feel like he's really harnessed that role this season, that he is the man. And like you say, he cuts on side. You know, he goes down right and he cuts back in. And you think, have a go with your left and just have a go. And he's earned that right because of how well he's played. And sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. But for me, we've got a lot of players, Adam, who don't shoot on round edge of box, take too many touches, go left, go right, and just don't have a go. Dan James will always have a go. He will back himself and he could miss 2 or 3, but he'll still keep going. So for me, the quality's been there this year. The effort's always there, but the belief is there more than ever on Dan James. I think that's why you've seen a massive improvement this season. I think that's why he stepped up to another level, because he believes himself. He is the main man. Dan James is the main man for me. But yeah, 6s or 7s I think are fair, but I just went for a 7 because I love him. Michael can't take DJ out for me. Look what happened last season. He'll get the rest soon with internationals. Yeah, can he get through QPR? Hopefully. He's awesome, and we owe him a lot this season. Yeah, we do, Jonathan. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. None to win for James on Saturday afternoon, says Half. I just don't see it, mate. I just don't see it. I really don't. What's that? Danny's put what? I got paid out. I had £5 on him scoring first goal. You got paid out for him scoring an own goal? Nah, never. What betting company is that? I mean, I don't bet, but Jesus Christ. You backed it and scored first goal and you got paid out on him scoring a bloody own goal? Nah, surely not. That's wild. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I thought this would be the case. So 35% says 7. 59% says 6. 6 for Dan James. Boo! Shame on you guys. Shame on you. It's gonna be him next. Let's get that one into the chat. Mano Solomon. We're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. Go, Mano Solomon. I've gone 7. I feel like I'm going to contradict myself here because I think Solomon were better than James. But I don't think to a Tanaka level of an 8. So maybe when I look at it like this, maybe Dan James should have been a 6. But you see, I can admit my mistakes. Unlike Danny. Come on, Danny, admit your mistake, saying they'd win 1-0. Yeah, I think Solomon were better than, on reflection now, I think he were better than James. But like I said, I'd probably give James a 6.5 if I could. So I do think Solomon edged it. I thought Solomon were back to his best, if I'm honest. What's this say? Michael, Wolves and Everton don't want Leeds promoted, as they would see Leeds as strong opponents for Premier League survival. Never do Brighton as they seek to rate. Oh, Brighton nailed down that they'll look at Tanaka, mate. He's right up their street. And that's not just because I got Matoma. it's just, you look at the way he plays, he's that sort of sign. I can't believe Brighton didn't go for him, to be honest. I really can't. It's the sort of player they're getting it. Pick him up from European league for dead cheap, and they end up being world beaters, don't they? And Tanaka's definitely of that mould. So I won't be surprised. But yeah, there'll be, to be fair, when we go up, if we're joined by Sheffield United and Burnley, for me, that's two spots already gone in relegation box. We only have to be better than one other side in Premier League that's currently there now, and I think it will be. So don't worry about that. Solomon was my man of the match, really, didn't he? I thought he played well. But I don't think he were better than either of our centre midfielders. I think Rafael and Tanaka were both better, but it's opinions. 8 for me, says Rob. That's fair, mate. I can't disagree with that. Started well, but faded for me. Of course, he got doubled up. And of course, he did, Mark. It's what happens, isn't it, buddy? 9 points out the next 3. Come on, my boys. Yeah. I'm here for it, but not had it yet. Own goal does not count, means nothing. Your first goal scorer, but still carries on. But yeah, anyway, man of Solomon. I thought he was. I'm just taking my notes. I thought he was absolutely mint. Him and Firpo back to the best down the left-hand side. That was definitely our most threatening position, I thought, down that left. He hit the bar, it's Solomon. He had a couple of chances, really, where he should have been in it. Really good chances when he cut inside and hit side netting as well once. It just looks like he's not quite there in that final when it comes to, his shooting, his accuracy. Everything else looked good yesterday. I thought him and Fur pulled into really well, overlapping, underlapping. We know his quality, Solomon. We do. He's absolutely mint. When he's on it, he's doing much better than him at this division. He's been off it for a couple of games now. Like a few of them have to be fair. With the wins we had against Sheffield United and Sunderland were great. Unbelievable moments we'll remember till the end of the season, but there weren't brilliant performances for 90 minutes. A lot of our big players only showed up for moments in those games, not for the game in its entirety. So I think we saw flashes yesterday of the player he is and the player we've had for a lot of time this season. So long may that continue. We know what we get with him, but I think he was better than James yesterday, but I have got him scored the same because I'm a dickhead. Rothwell, man of the match, easy. I think so. When Tanaka scored, I thought that'll probably sway people to Tanaka, but a lot of people have still said Rothwell because ball 100%. 100%. Wilco White, you don't deserve anything for betting against Leeds, Danny. Haha, in fact, you should have points taken off 100%. Agree on a 7. Yeah, I think so, Jonathan. I think it's I think he was better than he's been in recent games. I don't think he set the world alight, but I do think he's, as a fan sat in the stadium, he got me on edge of my seat. Probably the most, to be fair, going forward. He really didn't. He wasn't looking on to score with that one at the bar. Nice said if the Blunts go up with us 6 points in the bag already. Yeah, exactly. Imagine 6 points off the Blunts. 6 points off Scum, the red side of Manchester. 6 points off Burnley because we'll be better than me, Bram. And we're up, aren't we? We're up on 18 points. Ready for my big score on player ratings. It's coming, lol. Rothwell 11 out of 10. He was outstanding, mate. It's 20 million too much for him. For Solomon, no, I don't think it is. If I'm honest, I don't. It's obviously his injury record in it. I think he'll be good enough in Prem as a winger in Prem. I do. I think you look at teams who are up there now. Southampton, I know they won't be there next year. They'll come down, but like going up, would Manor Solomon be a good sign for Sheffield United and Burnley? Yeah, they would. As a newly promoted side, Solomon's a decent player. If you're a top player at a top side in Championship, you're one of the best players in the Championship. You are good enough to play at a newly promoted side in Premier League. You are. He's a Premier League player for me, Solomon. He's playing at a level that's too low for him, based on he needs a year of playing football because he's not played much. I definitely think he's worth taking a punt on. 20 million, I'd take him. I'd rather spend 20 million on Solomon than I would on Phillips, if I'm honest. And I love Phillips. I hope we get Phillips too, and everything's all right and he's fit and he has a great career. But I think Solomon for 20 million is a snip, I won't lie. Yeah, look, Gavin's just said 20 million for Solomon or KP. I know I'm taking all sympathy aside. Never bet on Leeds, but never bet against them either. Nah, definitely not, mate. Just stay away from that all ever, don't you? That's what I'd do. Paul, for Leeds, you must have stolen this poll off Millwall fans because Leeds United needs to be set 7, 8, 9, 10. I stole them off Danny, mate. It's around 10 million for Solomon. If it's 10 million, then I'd bite the hand off. But yeah, I haven't seen 20 anywhere, but if that's what he want, mate, I'd do it. But yeah, I like Adam says, it would be a bit of levy tax on there. You know, it's like 15 to 20. Definitely be happy with that. Yeah, I think you paid 20 for Solomon. I don't think you paid over odds, but I do think you can get it slightly cheaper. Yeah, I do. The competition as well, 100%. Because I actually think next season, it might sound crazy. I'm a crazy guy, but I think Ramazani, I just don't see Ramazani sitting on bench for all his Leeds United career. I don't see it. I think he ain't playing now in Championship, but I think that's down having Solomon playing in form. You don't drop someone who's playing in form. I think things will happen, injuries or form will drop and he'll get a sniff. I think I can see Ramazani starting for us in Premier League. That might sound crazy because he ain't playing in Championship. I just think the longevity of that position, I think I'd see Ramazani having that left wing into the Prem. Let me know what you guys think. It sounds a bit crazy, but I just don't see him sitting on bench, playing a bit part of play, because it won't be long if that's the case. Matt, you read my mind. I did, mate. I did. Danny thinks he will be our £20 million statement signing. It's not much of a statement, though, signing a loan player, is it? It'll keep fan base happy. Bringing in someone who we fall in love with, if that's the case for a lot, which I think it is. We really like him, but I don't think it's a statement. Signing a loan player, it's a bit of an underwhelming one because you've already got him. You want that, but you don't want that to be a statement for me. I think 15 might be the LUFC limit for Solomon. Yeah, they'll have a limit, mate, and they won't go above that. And I think that's probably it. I don't think they'll do 20, but I would personally. Yeah, I think one of them goes. It probably would be none. I think summer going to be really interesting. We'll let a couple go where we weren't expecting. Yeah, I think so, buddy. I think we will as well. Let's get into that rating. Let's see what the polls said. 24 said 6, 24 said 8, 48 have said 7. Get up. Next up. No, pero no parte. No, pero no parte. No, pero no parte. 7 out of 10 I've gone. Almost were an 8. It would have been a 7.5. I'll always caveat that, actually. It would have been a 7.5. I really, really thought Pino were class yesterday. 8.2. No, mate. I can't disagree with an 8. I were close. It would have been a 7.5. I thought it were really, really good. Really good. And let's be fair, his goal was chalked off for somebody else being offside. He finished his chance of scoring brilliantly, to be fair. I thought it was brilliant. But yeah, that's what I would have said. Adam 7.5, but like I said, I'm not doing 0.5, so I've gone 7. Really high scores. Jonathan Wright says a 9 for Pido, 7 for Pido. He did some. Yeah, that's the right way to say it, mate. Good link up play. I don't know about for once. I think his link up play is massively improved, Danny. I think he's been brilliant at that lately. To be fair, took his goal really well. He was definitely robbed of that. We thought if that goes in, I'd probably give him a 9. To be fair, but his link up play was outstanding. He didn't have, apart from that, that chance that got chalked off, that offside goal. It's not like he had massive chances like he had at Portsmouth. I mean, Portsmouth, he was shocking because he missed those chances, because that's not what you expect him to do. That's his bread and butter, finishing chances like that. This season's most improved player mark, he's right up there, anybody. He did not fit the system yesterday, and everybody that knows ball, even on the YouTube scene, your Lockies and your Andreas, they all said, not a Farker number 9. He won't fit the system, and they were right last year. And he's worked so hard to be that number 9 for us, and he's been absolutely mint. And honestly, the way he plays now, he drops so deep at times. His link-up play is so good. He holds the ball. It sticks now, as ball. It comes to him, no matter if it comes with a bit of pace, it sticks. He's really good at touch, pass, move, and he links up the play and gives the chance for all the team to come up with him. And he's just a joy to watch. I thought he was really good yesterday. I've had a couple now tonight where I'm looking at it going, well, James, maybe I've gone a little bit high. I'm looking at Pinot thinking maybe I've gone a little bit low. But it's great. You start talking about it and you start thinking, but, some lovely touches by him. He's just yesterday really tidy, just really efficient, neat, tidy play, and I'm buzzing for him. I'm buzzing for him because when he isn't getting the chance in the box, which is what he's known for. Yeah, we're probably that class goalie. What when he isn't getting those chances, he's having to go find work. He ain't a lazy player. He get, people say he's lazy because of his body language. For me, he looks chilled. He's all over the place. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. He does not stop. When he ain't getting the ball, he goes and finds the ball. Goes and finds the ball. And he's a very brave player too, his Pirro. He'll have a shot when it's on. He drops deep. He really does. When he drops deep and he gets the ball and he does release the ball, the first thing is spin and run towards goal because he knows the players who he's playing with are capable of getting that ball whipped into the box. So let's be fair, he's going to end up on I would hope I think he's on 15 goals. I would hope he gets that 20 goals. He's got multiple assists as well. He's been outstanding this season, and I should have probably gone an 8, but yeah, it would have been a 7.5, which I'll always let you know if it's a 0.5. The worst player from our top 4 was James. Yeah, probably was. He probably was. Like I say, I probably should have given James. I can't give James a 6. It would have been a 6.5, so I'll just give him a 7 because I like him. But yeah, ball at feet, James wasn't at it, but he was still at it for me. When it wasn't working ball at feet, we're going and doing so much work off the ball. I still give him a 7, but I think our front 4 did well yesterday without pulling up any trees. That they did really well. I think because I played Millwall and one of them won an own goal and then Tanaka pops up with one. It was mad really that, because for me, Solomon played well, Aronson played well, Pirro played well, James didn't stop, that one of them didn't get a goal. It was quite wild, actually. I'll start a few here. He's running more, holding the ball, good in the box. Yeah, he is. It really is. The ball's sticking. The Lino's 0 out of 10. The Lino's a twat. The Lino's an absolute twat. I want Pirro to get 20. Yeah, I mean, I'd be good if he ended up at 19. It just looks a real statement, doesn't it, 20? It really does. And I think he'll get there. Running out of time, 9 games. Can he get 5 goals in 9 games? Of course he can. Let's see what the poll's saying. I think I know what it's going to say. Ooh, I'm surprised. 16% said 9, 26 said 8. I thought there'd be more. 47 said 7, 11 said 6. That's if 11% said 6. 47% said 7. Fair enough. 7 for Pirro. Brilliant. I'm not doing any of the subs because it was absolutely pointless. They got charity minutes, so that ain't happening. So I ain't doing ref. Ref was shit again. I ain't even going to bother going in refs. Just dog shit. I did ref last week, but it's just a 0 for ref again. It was just shite. I'm going to go. I'm really intrigued to see what you think of this one because Farker will win the game. So does he get an 8 or does he get an 8? Does he get a 9? He can't have a 9 because I'm only doing 5, 6, 7, 8. He does get a high score because we won the game. Ultimately, that's what managers are there to do, get results. He got the result. But for me, Farker, I love Farker. The boys won. Buzz in, get in. But he gets a 6 as Farker for me. And this is really interesting to see what you guys think. Because I've seen split opinions on it, and we're going to really delve into it tomorrow on Late Night Leeds. We're really going to delve into Daniel Farker in this game in particular when we talk about the game. But yeah, I can already see the rhetoric coming in already. The subs, you've got to score him down for not being proactive. And I think me and Sean from Wilco White will have a good discussion about this tomorrow because he thinks. So he said he watched Jerd earlier, and they were saying, the way we were playing. Didn't need to make a sub. There was no need for a change at that point. I disagree on that wholeheartedly and say, yeah, we won the game. We got a second goal. It didn't matter in the end. But I think we won in spite of that, really. I think you could see there were players that needed to come off. And for me, if you don't think a change is needed there, does that mean you don't trust your bench? I don't see why at 1-0 up against Millwall and it's too nervy, or is it too close to change? I think I've heard people say it's too tight to make a change, but that does mean then you don't trust the subs because the subs, why can't Nonto come on and still beat Millwall when you're a goal up? Why can't Ramazani come on? We are 1-0 up already. Starting the game 1-0 up. Bringing Ramazani on, bringing Nonto on, bringing Byram on, bringing whoever on. They're good enough to see a game. I'm going to play Millwall. We're not playing Barca. So it's an interesting talking point that. I think a 6, I think he got the lineup right, bang on. But then I think, we're only 1-0 up down to an own goal before he starts getting people, stripped off. And then we score the goal, the tackle goal to make it easier. But I think to leave it as late as they did when we were only 1-0 up, we had a ref, mate, but it was shite. Subs need to be early. That's it, yeah. 7 because of late subs. Mike, what are you drinking, mate? Just Pepsi Max. No, great. Just Pepsi Max. 7 because he bitched about the ref. Still think Joseph going to get 20 this season. Hear me out. Nah, I got nothing. I love that either. I said he'd be golden boot this season. I made a bet with my boss that he'd get 20 goals. I hope he's forgot. He hasn't mentioned it for about 5 minutes. I'm hoping he's forgot. It's more for QPR we needed to make the change. Yeah, well, of course, mate. Yeah, 100%. And you can't really judge Farker, right, on not make. I mean, I've given him a 6 because he hadn't made the subs. But I said to Adam on a voice note earlier, you don't know if it were right or not yet until QPR. So if they look jaded at QPR, Mark, and we don't get the result there, then he fucked up in this game because it's impacted the next game. In this game, they were good enough. The tired legs or whatever, they could go. They're a fit side. We're well drilled. We're really well coached. We could do that even with, Millwall bringing 4 or 5 changes on to freshen things up. We were good enough to hold that regardless of subs. But we'll know if it was a mistake come Saturday, won't we, pal? Because, when that full-time whistle goes at nearly 10 o'clock on, Wednesday night, you've only got, 60 hours-ish? 62 hours till we kick off again against QPR. It's a madness, really, when you look at the time swing there. I mean, is he going to go there and start Nonto and Ramazani and Joseph? You'd say not. So he's taking a big risk and he's starting, going with James and Solomon and Pinto again. And, I assume that's what he's going to do. Farkas 7 for a celebration after Daka's goal. I said the same yesterday as Joe has said today. What, but not to make a change because we were all right? It was too tight. I just don't get the rhetoric of it's too tight to make a change. Go make a change and not make it tight then. Do you know what I mean? Go bring someone on who can make it not tight. Like, it's too tight to make a change means you're scared bringing someone off a bench means you're going to concede a goal, which means you don't trust your players. Or it's too tight, I'll be proactive. I'm going to bring someone who's going to make it 2-0 instead of 1-0. That's how I look at it. And that's how I was looking at it yesterday. Richard, we were getting on top at the time. We didn't need to make the change before that second goal went in. Like I say, it's opinions, Richard. I think there was a spell in that second half where 2 or 3 of those players looked leggy. 70, 75 minutes, you're expecting it because Farker does that. And I think it needed a couple there. And we got over the line, so it ultimately doesn't matter. But with Saturday in mind, it looks sensible. And I don't see the problem being taking Bogle off. We're still on a yellow card going into the last 15 minutes and bringing Bardem on. That shores it up. You don't concede with Bardem on pitch for me, for Bogle. You look at it and go, right, Dan James has run himself into the ground. He's not on it as much as, as he usually is. We'll take him up and bring Nonto on. I don't see how that, bringing those kind of players on, is a negative and will mean you'll concede. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, well, mate. How is it that the AFL overturned Burnley, Egan Riley red card? Okay. Have they overturned it? Are you joking me? I didn't even know that. 6 or 7 says Jonathan. 1 to 5 mins, all subs. What's the point? Farker makes some strange decisions at times, but to be fair, he gets more right. Oh, 100%, mate. He gets a lot more right than he gets wrong. I always advocate that, 100%. Let me see what he's saying. Let's end that poll there. 7, 38%, 6, 19, 5, 19, 25 said 8. Wow, 7 for Farker. Sound. I got caught up in it too, mate. Schmidt was ill, was it? Okay. I hope he goes with fresh for QPR, but he won't. No, he won't. He'll be the same team. Maybe Gruev in for Rothwell, regardless of him being fit, Danny, or anybody else. Maybe the knockout isn't too bad. I think he goes Gruev, though, which I hope he doesn't. Rothwell should start if he's fit enough. He puts his hands up and says, I'm all right, my knock's fine. It should be Rothwell playing. I wouldn't be against seeing a winger changed, but I love Dan James and Solomon played well. But yeah, I tell you what, it's crazy if we play 3 games in 6 days and Ramazani and Nonto just have charity minutes in those 3 games. That's crazy. That all of a sudden it's gone from, I was saying to Adam earlier, he makes mass changes or makes his 4 or 5 subs when we're winning by more than 2 goals. If we're 2-0 up or 3-0 up, he takes both wingers off. He brings Nonto and Ramazani on. They get 20 minutes. Joseph comes on and he gets 20 minutes. Badham comes on, gets 15. And it's like, oh, wow, his bench is brilliant. Look at, all of a sudden, the last 4 or 5 games, it's a tight game and we're not making no subs, or we're not giving these players who are on the bench who only 6, 7, 8 weeks ago were flying. And we were looking at going, our 11's quality, but our bench, look at his bench. Now his bench still looks good on paper, but we're not getting the impact off the bench because he ain't trusting him because the games are too tight. That's what I don't understand. Like, trust your bench. You've trusted him through the season. Why have you stopped trusting him now? Why have we stopped trusting him now? Because games are tight. These are good enough. They're in squad. They're good enough players. To be fair, I would have put fresh legs on the pitch, especially when you got large. That's it. You see, you're not asking them to put a set of plonkers on here. You know what I mean? Like, you know how good they are. And for me, I think he should have done it. Regardless of win, we won it and happy days. And I love Farken. Like I say, he gets loads more right than he gets wrong. But I don't see a downside in bringing players on at 70th minute. We a lot of people moan that he waits till 70th minute, but because we won yesterday, a lot of people are saying it wasn't the right time to bring on him until nearly 90th. I think that's crazy. In hindsight, we won the game, so it didn't matter. But I would tell you what, everyone's saying that if we'd have conceded on 80th, this is what I'll say, like to you, Sean, as well. I'll respond to Matty on thingy. If we'd have conceded yesterday on the 81st minute, I guarantee you, everybody saying it won't, you'd have all said, why didn't he made a sub? You'd have all said, every single person, you can't say you wouldn't. If we'd have conceded and gone 1-0, even if we'd have won 2-1, right, with no subs, if we'd have conceded on 80th minute, everybody would have said, why didn't he made a fucking sub? What is Farker doing? Why didn't he made a sub? We're tired, look at us. Guarantee you would have done. You would have done. So that's why you look at it like that. You know I'm right. Michael, we've got the smallest squad compared to others. It's our quality that beats everybody inside. Rather than, it is, Michael. Yeah, it is. I mean, we've got quality in depth, but the actual quantity of that depth isn't as deep as what we'd like, really. It's really not. Like I say, the depth we've got, it's not vast in numbers, but it's vast in quality. But yeah, just think about that. If we'd have conceded on 80th minute and it'd gone 1-1, we'd have all been bemoaning that there were no subs on 70th minute. Because you could see we needed it. But because we didn't concede, you can look past it and go, well, we didn't need it. But we might need it, we won't know until Saturday. If that same team lines up Saturday and we win, fair enough, he's got away with it, hasn't he? So let's hope that's the case. But yeah, I'm not too sure. A star one earlier, Michael put in, what happens to loan players if Leeds are promoted? Darko, Greenwood, Joffe, Harrison, Rasmus, Crew. All of them go, I think, mate, bar Charlie Crew. I think Charlie Crew goes on loan again. Potentially has a future, potentially doesn't, but he's only been out on loan 1 year. He'll come back. Rasmus gone, Harrison gone. Joffe, I think he actually leaves on a perm. I think he's doing all right at Hull. I think he'll get a move to Championship at a mid-side Premier, maybe even Hull want him back. I think that'd be a good move for him. Greenwood, I think we'll sell him. Darko's a funny one. He's had a couple of good loan spells at Plymouth. Is he going to be good enough for Leeds with our trajectory where we're going? I don't think so. So maybe we'll let him go too. But I think Darko probably get all right money for. I'd expect, maybe 4 or 5 mil for Greenwood and Joffe, something similar. I mean, if you sell Darko, Greenwood, Joffe, Harrison, and Rasmus, you're gonna rack up a little bit of change there, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? You're gonna rack up a decent amount with all them players, and a lot of them are players who haven't played at all. So it'll be decent. That, to be fair, I thought that were an interesting one. Richard Butler, if we need to make subs, it should have been half time. Bogle and James were not at the races. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be too harsh. I don't think they were not at the races. They just weren't as good as they normally are. Bogle, because of his his card limit. And yeah, I don't know. Too bad. This could be my wildest of wild takes. Ooh, Joffrey will get more game time than Joseph if it wasn't for Farker not playing players who came through the Leeds youth system. The only one I can think is Strauch. Wow, that is a wild take, mate. That is a wild take. You know what it is with Joffrey, mate? If you're comparing Joffrey to Joseph, what I would say is Joseph is a 9. He's a 9. Joffrey, I don't know what he is. He's played out wide. He's played in 9. He's played in 10. I think he's a 10. I just don't know where he fits. And I think at Leeds United, it's too big of a club, too big of a gamble to play him as a 10. I mean, I did think he'd play more this season when we didn't get promoted last season. I really did. But we've managed to build a squad that's still mint as a second-year parachute team, and there just hasn't been no space for him, mate. But I think you're going to see him thrive at this level. I think till end of season. I think next season. It's a shame because honestly, Bielsa era when he was coming off a bench and making these impacts. I remember being at Ellen Road, and when game was stale, you needed Roof to come off. You'd be saying, "Come on, get Joffrey on." And I said he'd play for England. Let's hope he can. Let's hope he can rebuild his career somewhere and start scoring goals. But I said he'd play for England, mate. I thought he was that good. I thought he was going to be that good. Wilco Whites. And if he had made changes and we'd have conceded, he'd have got hammered for. I can't agree. No, yeah, but that's other side of the coin, isn't it? But you've got to be brave. Got to be brave. You know what the thing is, mate? Yeah, there were nothing to suggest we were gonna concede. There were also not much to suggest we weren't even going to fucking score. I didn't think we were going to get another one as well as we were playing going forward. But yeah, you can't agree because we won the game. We won the game ultimately. But I think it's wild to suggest we shouldn't make a sub in 90 minutes. To be honest, I think it's wild. Anyone will say that. Whether you think we're looking strong or not, you always make a fucking sub. You've got a bench with that talent on there. You make a sub. Think the game needs it or not, make a fucking sub. You've got players sat on bench there who deserve to be playing as well and need minutes. You need to rest players with Saturday in mind, mate. So regardless, you should never be playing a game of football where you're not making a sub for 90 minutes. That should never happen, Sean. Ever. Not with talent we've got on there, not with what's at stake and how many games we've got to play. And I don't understand. If you take Solomon off and you put Ramazani on, apart from form, the talent's very similar. You're not getting much of a drop off there, and especially for 20 minutes. You've got Solomon who's played 75 minutes there, and then 15 minutes off Ramazani. There didn't much downturn there for me. James, who everyone's saying wasn't really on it, non-tour for 15, 20 minutes. Where's the downside to that? Bogle's not at it on a yellow card, still could get one and miss QPR's game. Byram comes on. Where's downside for that? I just don't see it. I don't see it, mate. I don't see it. Pascal's easy. I'm saying I put Pascal instead of Stroud, mate. Strujic. Joffrey got into the team of the week, so happy it's going well. Yeah, me too. Mate. Everyone wants him to do well. Where's Danny gone? Is he lining up an appearance? Not tonight, mate. I'm here. I'll be live tomorrow. Sub to me and you'll see. Yeah, get sub to Danny, mate. He's great value, really good guy as well. Joffrey now has the same amount of goals this season. That Hull for Joe. Yeah, it's crazy, that, isn't it? Joffrey is a 10. We are looking for the class in the Prem photos. It's crazy, isn't it, really, that he didn't see him as a 10 when you think we've had no competition for Aronson all season. And I do think Joffrey's a 10. I just don't think he's the 10 we need. Don't think he's good. I don't think he's good enough right now for a side who's hopefully going to win this league. Is going to win this league. Check Wilco White's out if you haven't subbed. Please sub. Callum at Passion for Leeds, please check him out too. And this Danny's in there somewhere too. Go check him out. Hull good fit for Joffrey and will shine with the game time. Yeah, Jonathan, 100%. Carl Hennessy, Matty, any text from me? Honestly, silence. Silence is golden. They're about as silent today, mate, as they were last night with their 391 fans. That comment from announcer. Honestly, Leeds United, even as a club now, just do shit hours written maximum. The social media post, the announcer saying, thank you to the 391 here that's come. It's just great banter. Love it. There's Danny's channel. Go give him a sub, see, and check out his live tomorrow. Gavin, Millwall didn't look like scoring, to be honest. Quality on the bench, need minutes to keep them sharp. Yeah, there's loads of reasons why you'd have made a sub for me. I just think, I think, if I'm honest, I don't think he was brave enough yesterday for the reason you said, Sean. I think he bottled it in case he conceded. But for me, if he would have conceded, people would have said, why aren't you made a sub? Because everyone was looking tired. I don't care what anyone says, there were tired legs on there yesterday. And you just say, we didn't make a sub because it were too tight. But that just means they're benching good enough, which is a load of shit. He good, but not Premiership player, not proven. Yeah, I agree, mate. Sean Joffrey's a player that needs given game time to get his confidence. Yeah, I think most players are that, mate. It's just, I just think Leeds as a championship winning side or hopeful is probably just a bit too high for him. Even though he did bits in Prem, I think his talent's right up there. I just think it's just some clubs it's just not meant to be, and I just think at Leeds United, unfortunately, it's just not going to be. But I think he'll move on and have a good career elsewhere. Rothwell gives us so much. He does, Colin. He's outstanding. He's everything you want in a midfielder. For me, he's the complete midfielder at this level. Obviously, he's not a world beater. But in terms of championship, I don't know what more you can ask for of a midfield. He's right up there as one of the best in this division for sure. I would have him as a squad player in Prem. Good on set pieces, really good engine. People talk about box-to-box midfielders. He can do it all for me. He can win the ball back deep. He can drive with ball. He can play long balls, short balls. His passing accuracy is decent. He's got a shot on him. I'd like to see that more. That's my only criticism of Rothwell. I'd like to see him getting in positions where he can have shots more. I mean, we see Tanaka coming up with goals when he's partnered with Rothwell. Tanaka's supposed to be the more defensive of the two. So if he can get up there and get on end of shots, I want to see more of Rothwell. But don't get me wrong, a lot of time, some of these chances come from corners and free kicks that Rothwell's taking, so he's not around edge area for some of these moments. But I want to see Rothwell add goals to his performance, mate, if I'm honest. But right, time for my scratching. Night Mark. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Much appreciated. Danny says with Gelder, we need him to be equal and better than Aronson, and he hasn't shown that at Leeds. No, he hasn't, mate. And when you think of the tussle Leeds fans have had with Aronson this season, is he good enough? Is he not? If he was anywhere near it, he had a great opportunity for minutes this year, and obviously he hasn't been deemed fit enough to play there, has he? Danny, do you ever say Leeds win? I only do short lives. Shorter, the sweeter. So many do long. Yeah, well, I always do long lives, mate. You know that. I'm here forever, me. Gavin said it's crazy. We scored more goals from subs than any team in this league. I can't understand why you wouldn't trust them in this game. Yeah, I'm saying, Gavin. Say ultimately, it don't matter. Ultimately, it don't matter because we got the win. But yeah, I just think if that's what we're talking about, that it was too tight to make a sub. It's pretty damning that for me. Too damn. I mean, what does that mean? The players who are coming off bench aren't good enough. Oh, I mean, you might just say, "Oh, well, it's because you're coming on cold and you need to get time to get into game." But Millwall are shite. You're shite. You can look at it, can't you? Two ways. Someone could go, "Oh, but they're coming in cold, and it might take them a few minutes to get into game." Yeah, but also they're coming on fresh. They're coming on fresh. Maybe that's better than someone who's been on for 75 minutes who looks jaded and tired. So yeah, I just don't think I can ever agree with someone who says you should make a sub. If you're 0-0, you should make a sub within 90 minutes. If you're 1-0 up, 90 minutes, there should be a sub somewhere in the middle of that. 2-0 up, definitely a sub. 3-0 up, there'll be fucking 5 subs. He'll put them all on to get on, to go joining in the goal hunt. So for me, I just don't get why you wouldn't do it. With the Millwall game, feel like not making subs was a case of if it's not broken, don't fix it. Millwall didn't show that much in terms of scoring and possibly changing it. Might have been an error. Yeah, done it always, but we'll never know, will we? But with Saturday coming, we're playing in 62 hours time after full time. Why would you not change it? Do you know what I mean? If we'd have been 2 or 3 up, all 5 subs would have come on. So what do we do, Danny? If I know it's so it doesn't matter about rotation and stuff then with international. But what happens if we're 1-0 up? Away at QPR. Does that mean you don't make a sub again? So this 11 that probably starts again. If we're winning 1-0, do we just not make a sub again because it's too tight? Is that what you know what I mean? Is that what he's going to do every game? It's if we're winning 1-0, is he never going to make a sub because it's too tight? You've got to mix it up a bit. You've got to. So on that basis, I'd say, the likelihood is he would make a sub. This time he didn't, and I just don't understand it when we've got a game in 62 hours' time and kick off again. It's mad that they've overturned that. Fuck off. Honestly, it's mad. Mad that, isn't it, Stephen? How Rothwell gets his goal before that. Yeah, I really hope so too, Gavin. He deserves one, mate. Deserves one. Andy says, Jer said Farker didn't want to upset the rhythm of the game for fear of implosion subs otherwise. Yeah, I know what Jer said, mate. I just disagree with it, pal. I just disagree. But like I said, I'm not asked because we won. We won. But I guarantee everyone who's happy now, that's fine. But if it starts at 11 and we get beat 2-0 at QPR and we look leggy, everyone's going to say should have made subs in this game. Because for me, he makes subs in this game, we still win game, and we're fresher for QPR. That's what I'd say, mate. But yeah, I know what he said, buddy. Would you take a draw at QPR, Matty? Nah, would I fuck, mate? No. Nope. Not at all, pal. Not at all, mate. No chance. It has to be a win, mate. Can't take a draw in a game now. Can't take a draw in a game. A draw is going to feel like a loss. We are going to drop points in these last 9 games. I think it will be a draw or 2. I don't think we'll lose again. I said that a few weeks ago. Oh, Portsmouth, fuck off. But I don't think we draw this. I think we'll win it. You can't be taking draws. I know win away from home, draw at home, and all that shit. But I think we've got 5 away games left. We have to be winning at least 3 of them, at least, and winning all those home games. So yeah, I wouldn't take a draw on this one, mate. No, I think we might slip up with a draw or 2 back end when we're already promoted. That's why I see it. Rafael scored a screamer at home last game of the season. Colin says, yes, take a draw at QPR and win our home games. Yeah, I know that's a rhetoric, mate. Win at home, draw away. I just think it's so tight at the minute. Nah, a couple more wins back to back, and then maybe we can settle down a bit. Because I do think if we can win QPR, I'm expecting the next couple of weeks. I know we've got an international, but the next couple of fixtures, Sheffield United and Burnley drop a few more points. I think if we win 3, if we win the next 3. I reckon we'll have a gap of more than 6 points because I think they're going to slip up. I think there'll be a couple of draws in there for me. I think that Wednesday game's huge. I don't think they take maximum at Wednesday, Sheffield United. So it's a big one this for me because I think we kick on again. I think we kick on again with this one and go into international break more points in front. 5 more wins needed, I reckon. Yeah, I have to agree. I said 6, but I think 5 probably would do it. I think 6 might win us league. Will be interesting to see how our away form is on Saturday after the Pompey loss. Before that, we were quite solid on the road. Yeah, well, it is, mate, and it'd be really interesting to see if he goes with Gruev again. Because for me, a positive move will be playing Rothwell. Can he play another 90 minutes or can he start in this game? I'd like to think so. But yeah, it's going to be great to see how they go. It's QPR. I don't think we won there since 2017. We lost 4-0 away the last season. A bit of redemption, a bit of revenge. Lads thinking about that. Some of them might be. It's where the wheels fell off last year, a little bit later into the season, but still back end. Obviously, yeah, massive game. They all feel that now, don't they? Danny, I understand what you're saying. Just have to judge each game and the merits on the game in isolation and sometimes not worry about the next game. Hindsight will always be wonderful tonight and week. Yeah, 100%, Danny. Yeah, spot on that, bud. It's a great argument to have. It's a great, not even argument, it's a great discussion point in it, Danny. I think we're going to go into depth in it tomorrow on Late Like Leeds because myself and Sean feel very differently about it. Obviously spoke about it on here, but we'll really dive into it tomorrow. You'll see a bit of a debate about that. But yeah, either way, like I say, I think Farker gets it right more than he gets it wrong, and I'm a massive advocate of Farker. And his subs have been bang on this year. Got the best ratio of goals off the bench. I think or second, in league for goals off the bench. He nails his substitutions, nails them. But there's a decent little talking point in there, which I love. I agree, mate. Got to go for it 100%. QPR have lost 4 on the bounce. Let's stop respecting our next 9. They are where they are because they're crap. I love that, Stephen. 100%. You look at fixtures, especially ones away from home, and go, oh, I'm not sure. Look where they are. We're playing sides in the mid to bottom range of league now. Just go beat them. You're better than them. Go express yourself. Go off. Honestly, it's a simple game. It's football. Adam says all the time, football's such a simple game. And I'd like us to simplify it more. And I know it gets paid big bucks to be manager of Leeds, and you want him to do well and all these tactics and that. But sometimes it's just plain as simple as you're the better side. Go out there and enjoy yourself. Just go express yourself. And I think sometimes he takes that expression away from players. We've seen it before in past, and I'd really like him for these last 9 games. I'd love that to be the message to boys. Try and take that pressure off them and just tell them to go enjoy the football. Go play with a smile on your face. Go kick a ball around. Go kick a level football around a patch of grass with your mates and come back with 3 points after 90 minutes. Just fucking do it, lads. It's a simple game, innit? And we're good enough to do that. I'd love that to be a message. Go have fun. Because we have fun. No pressure. To try and alleviate a bit of that pressure, what's going to be there. We win those games. How is it that Portsmouth can lose to Bournemouth? Yeah, mate, honestly, Michael, it pissed me off seeing that, man, honestly. They'll have expected to lose really to Leeds and beat Plymouth, and they've got the same point. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous. They beat us and then they go do that. Mental. Yeah, I agree, Michael. Imagine in 2022 thinking Joffrey would score more goals in a season than Paddy Bamford. I'm off now. I've got to be up at 4:30. MOT. Richard, thank you. MOT you too, buddy. Hopefully you'll be back on for late night Leeds tomorrow, hopefully, Richard. But take care and have a good Friday, buddy. All the best. Last season, QPR had the worst home record in the Championship, but we're able to beat Leeds. Yeah, Michael, it's crazy, isn't it? Only at Leeds, mate. Only Leeds can do that, can't they? Bamford don't play. I played more than him this season. I'm old. Matty, are you back in Cov in the morning? If so, get your binoculars for you. Nah, I'm in Scarborough again tomorrow, mate. It was job and knock yesterday, but there's still more work to do out there. Quite a bit of work, to be fair. Colin says, just wondered, will team fly out of London to East things rather than coach? Yeah, I don't know, mate, to be fair. It's an interesting one. Surely they'll go down tomorrow, won't they, and stay over. I wouldn't imagine they'd playing it when they'll be going down tomorrow, won't they? I would have thought, and just probably coach it, stay over, fresh, ready for that game. But yeah, love what you said. It's a simple game. You are where you are because you're better. Table does not lie. That's it, Stephen. It really is. And it's a really simple message from a very simple man here, mate. I don't know the tactical. I haven't got the tactical nous to do what some of these YouTubers do and people, but I would like that to be a simple message. Just go have fun, express yourself, and you'll go up and you'll win those games. I really think that. Sometimes strip it back from all the bullshit and just go play the game you loved playing when you were a kid for free. Scarbados. Tezza 2-1. I'd take it, but that's a nervy one. I don't want a nervy one, but I would take it. I think 4-0. We'll save all your score predictions for late night Leeds tomorrow, because I know for a fact you're all going to be back to me. 41 in here now. I expect you all on late night Leeds at 10 o'clock tomorrow. It's going to be a good show, really good show. Leeds legend. We've got a little video compilation what Adam's made up, talking about Jermaine Beckford on this one. Touching on Jermaine Beckford. Talking about the win yesterday. Probably touch on the Pompey, but just touching it slightly. Probably won't go there, actually. And obviously, preview the QPR game. Carl Hennessy. Matty, we haven't been playing midweek matches for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I don't think we look tired at all. I just think 5 or 6 didn't turn up against Pompey. It happens up. As champs. Yeah, I mean, we haven't played lots of games midweek, no, but obviously 3 games in 6 days is massive now. I do think that a few of them looked tired, mate. I won't lie. A few of them didn't turn up. Yeah, possibly. A few of them were off at one the pal. They weren't shit, but they weren't at their best. I agree with that. I just think they could have changed it up a bit, freshened it up. And even if you don't think they were tired, that's fair enough, mate. But playing again in 2 days' time, 3 days' time, they could look tired halfway through that game, couldn't they? I'm sure you could agree on that. It's a possibility. We can't look into a crystal ball, but I just think with that game coming on Saturday, I was surprised he didn't make the usuals. I mean, let's be fair, when he gets to 70 minutes as a Leeds fan, you're 1-0 up in a game. We were on top. You're all looking at bench thinking, yeah, he's going to make a sub here. You are. 70 minutes, you set your fucking clock by him, can't you? You know that's what he's normally going to do. So it was strange that he didn't. But ultimately, it didn't matter, did it? It worked, buddy. It worked. I'm going draw, but what score? You're going draw, Danny? Mental. You said we would only get 1 point out of the next 2, and we've got 3, so you might as well back us for win on this one. I got correct score 2. And you put it in late night Leeds score as well, Stephen? Like in the late night Leeds. I'm off, bro. Catch you tomorrow, par. Cheers, Mark. Have a good day tomorrow, mate, wherever you're grafting. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I never expect to go. I never expect to go on this long, but while I've chat's enjoying, I don't mind because I'm really enjoying it too. I am going to wrap it up though now, so I'll touch on the last few comments and then I'll be getting to bed too because I'm up nice and early in the morning. So did I, Stephen. I said 2-0. Matty, I said Solomon to score, but does it count if it was his pass? Got deflected. Nah, it don't, mate. It was Cooper. Cooper's own goal. It's got to go off what the proper stat was. It was Cooper, won it, pal, unfortunately. But yeah, he did say 2-0. I remember you saying it, mate. Danny Green, I feel like Pompey raised their game. The crowd defo did, yeah. Pompey also ground out results against Sheffield United and Burnley. However, Leeds still had the chances to win, but didn't take them. Yeah, it was one of those results, wasn't it, Danny? You could see coming, even though everything was telling you Leeds were doing well and will play. It was just that with that game away at Pompey, you just think this is a banana skin. This because of the crowd, because of the old style stadium, they feel like the crowd's on top of you. 21,000 at old, but you know they're going to make it that cagey atmosphere. And they were just better than us on the day. They just were better. They're not better than us in general, but they're better on the day. They wanted it more. And that's a lot in it. Mark Edison, mate, watch your video, A Day in the Life. Can I just say what a top guy you are? Family, work, and our church. Oh, mate, cheers, Mark. It's a great comment. Thank you, mate. Cheers, pal. Yeah, much appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, cheers. Big family, man. Love me kids, love Leeds United, work hard. That's what you do as a man, innit? You work hard for your family, come home, and then get to Leeds if you're lucky. So, yeah, no, really, thank you, mate. I love doing the podcast and speaking on here, sort of podcast vibes, and the match day vlogs. It shows you a bit more of my personality. Don't get me wrong, I don't massively love the filming of the game, but I also want to try and get goals when we're on a break. But I love asking the kids the score predictions and, getting Priestley's thoughts, my best bit. So it's class. It's class. And I've got loads of clips and stuff and little videos I can always look back on, with kids and stuff. And the kids love it. The kids love thinking they're on, knowing they're on YouTube as well. And yeah, I give a little bit of a family to you guys as well, give a little bit behind. Try and give a little bit more than what you see off some YouTubers. I am just a normal guy at the end of the day, and I'm a very open family man. So thanks, I really, really appreciate that, buddy. It takes a lot of time editing them and stuff, whereas this, it's just a waffle on for an hour and fucking 40 minutes. But I really appreciate you saying that. Thanks, mate. Rob Brookie, Late Night Leeds, 10, mate. It is, mate. Back at 10 o'clock tomorrow with Sean and Adam, Late Night Leeds. Cannot wait for it. Thank you. Make sure you're there, buddy. I know you will be. 3-1 Leeds, Fairport with a goal. Make sure you're in tomorrow enough to get you scoring. Yeah, I think Fairport as well. Actually, they'll get one, mate. Good shout that. By all, thanks, Mike. All good stuff again tonight, MOT. Thanks, Michael. Hope you've all enjoyed this live play ratings. I'm absolutely loving this segment of the show. Really enjoying it. Got loads of good ideas. Honestly, I've got loads. I've been talking to Adam. I've got talking to Sean, bouncing ideas off friends and stuff. My head just doesn't switch off. Definitely undiagnosed ADHD of me. Like I just do not switch off. It's tiring. But because I'm excited, I've got so many ideas. So hopefully I can get some of these ideas to come to fruition and you'll absolutely love it, I'm sure. Good looking Scartha. That's Scarborough's real name. That's class. I love that. Michael, loving Matty, loving the match day vlogs. Excellent kit. Thanks a lot, mate. Thanks so much. Matty, can you get your stepdaughter to name more players? She's ace. Yeah, check. If anyone's got TikTok, I never had it until recently. Follow me on TikTok. I'm getting a bit of a following there now, and I just do silly videos, really. It's just a bit more of a personality you get to see. But check me out on TikTok if you've got it. Imagine Not Being Leeds, just same as here. I'm going 4-all on Saturday, Danny. You're crazy, man. Fuck off, Danny. I've had enough now. That's it. Tezza, thank you so much as always for your support. Really, really appreciate your star. And that's it, guys. I'm going to call it a day at that. Thanks so much. An hour and 44 minutes. I'm getting worse. You're getting better. Much love. Thanks a lot for being here. Have a good Friday and make sure you're back here at 10 o'clock tomorrow night for Late Night Leeds. Thanks so much. I'll be tired. Sorry like you do, mate. You're a class guy, top channel. Thanks, Rob. Legend. Night, Jonathan. Night, Sean. She's done it on one video on TikTok. But I'll get to do some more and I'll put it on here. Cheers, guys. Good night. See you all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good one.